The place of obedience for every child of God can never be overemphasized. And I know that a lot of people have talked about this obedience thing. But let me tell you once again, obedience is the key to getting God commit to you. Obedience is the key to seeing God's heart. You know, there are some people that pray for God's hands. They want to see what God can do. There are some people that pray for God's heart. They want to know who God really is. They want to be so intimate with God that they become like Him. Obedience is the way you get God to back you up. Back you up like no other. Obedience is a way to experience the fullness of God. You know, people say that in God there is no double promotion. My sister, it is true. If God is telling you to do something, He's telling you to do something, or He keeps reminding you this thing, but it's either you're not listening, or you don't understand, or you're not hearing. It might not even be, it might just be that phase you don't even, that thing that God is telling you to do or to stop doing, you are not really, your mind and your will has not been, in fact your spirit is not open to it. After telling you for some time, He will shut up, He will not talk again. He will still be talking to you about other things. So you see, but that thing that He has talk that you do not hear, He won't talk again. But you see, that place is taking you to, you see those doors that is supposed to open for you, you not go see the door. Talk less of open, talk less of go through. You won't smell the door. That's God. He'll keep talking to you, He'll keep instructing you, He'll keep being you are His child. But on that area where your obedience is not complete, He will keep quiet. I shared that there was a time in my life where God kept saying to me, until your obedience is complete. Until your obedience is complete. Oh, hear me. What is obedience is complete? I just kept hearing until your obedience is complete. And I didn't hear it all the time. I would hear it like once in 6 months. Sometimes once in 3 months. It will just come until your obedience is complete. Thank you. Kilonje, obedience is complete. Like, oh God, what are you talking about? I don't know. I don't know what you are talking. So every time that word came, I was confused. I still I was obeying God. I was praying. I was reading my Bible. I was fasting. But there were certain areas of my life that God was talking to me about that I didn't understand. Later, as I grew in God, He started opening my eyes to those things. I'm like, oh my God. One of it was humility. do you know what God did? He now showed me scenarios. He played video for me. You know, when somebody play video of your life for you, play video for me. I said, see. So I started checking it. I didn't know it was in me. I didn't know I was proud. And you see, when God is dealing with you in that way, He will push you through situations where you will see that until you are proud. You see what you said to that person. Were you supposed to talk to that person like that? You might not really know that. Look, sometimes I talk to somebody in a harsh way. I don't understand. You might not know. You might not. For you, it might just be, well, I didn't mean what I said, but God is counting it. For you might buy something, and the person forgot the money in your hand. Like, you are supposed to give person 1,000. The person say, bring 800, and you keep quiet. God is watching you on 3D. No, it's not even 3D, it's 9D. He's keeping it cooler for you, because the day we bring it out. For you that you enter bus, conductor refused to collect money for you, and you did not talk. You're a child of God. You go to church, you scabash, you pray, you give offering. Mutiba, umbo. The day God will unleash for you like this, you see that you are the one that is stopping your miracle, stopping. Use your own hand to stop yourself. It can be as little as going to buy something and eating sweets, and you do not pay for the sweets. Don't worry until your obedience is complete. And see, when you are doing those things, sometimes God does not talk, but you have something in your heart. You have a witness in your heart, in your spirit, that it's just tiny. It's not like the thing is serious. So it's just a tiny, but you chase it away. I beg. The guy is mugu, not collect his money. Conductor is mugu, not collect his money. Oh, that's their problem, Joe. With God, you don't get away with anything. You do not get away with it. The day we deal with you, you see those things that you took, you pay for it times 100. Times 100. Telling you. So what this means is, in John chapter 4, I've forgotten the verse, God talks about the fact that Jesus said, if you love me, you will obey my commandments. Sometimes the commandments of God might be subtle. He might not be shouting it. Sometimes the Holy Spirit does not shout. You're so scared of knowing your spirit. But if you love Him, you will follow that leading. And until you learn to obey all those subtle leadings, you will not get there. There was a time in my life when I started my work with God, God said to me, I will not talk. You will not hear my voice and say, well, I will say, Oluwakemi, do this. You will just know that this is the right thing to do. I will impress it upon your heart that this is the right thing to do. This was over 15 years ago. Very many years ago. But I knew He said it to me. And I heard Him. I said, it's not every time I will talk to you. Sometimes I will impress what you must do upon your heart. A lot of time, God impresses what we must do upon our heart. You are going, God is saying, greet that person. Greet. You do not greet. You say, The person made me angry. I'm not greeting. Until your obedience is complete. That is, you are the one that is, your Canaan land that you are going, you are the one that is using your hand to push it. You are pushing it like this. I'm not ready to enter. You go to a place and God says, give this person. Give. It might be like your last change. Or you go to church, God says, give your transport. As it never happened to you before. You go to church and all the money in your hand, God say drop it in offering. You're like, how far, God? Everything in my hand, drop it in offering. But if I did it, how will I get to my house? Until your obedience is complete. He will not talk. If you disobey, he will keep quiet. He will still be talking to you about other things. But you know what? You push your breakthrough. Push it like, I'm not ready to enter. I'm not ready. So until your obedience is complete, if you love me, you obey my commandments. Let me integrate it together. It means that there are certain levels and dimensions that God wants to take you to. My sister, my brother, you will not get there. You will not even you will not enter those dimensions until you begin to say, yes, Lord. Yes, Lord, to every single thing. As it little as don't throw this thing on the floor. Don't throw paper on the floor. As little as that. As little as greet. As little as give. As little as be nice to somebody. As little as go and hug that person. You see, sometimes we don't know why God gives us these instructions. Sometimes those instructions, they are weird. You're like, God, this is strange. You just stop. There was one time I got a new phone. And God said to me, have you ever given something that will pain you? Have you ever given something that will pain you to pain you new? Will pain you inside your heart? Gone. That day I nearly shed tears. New phone. And he said, give. I'm like, new phone. Give. The pain that day past pain. No. That day's pain past pain. Have you ever been there? Knew something that you have not even tear up, but you don't use, and God said give. I did like I did not hear. Like I was opening the thing, admiring it, thinking of how I will use it, different app, and I heard it again. I said, give to this person. So it was after the third time that I grumbled God, because I knew there was God that was speaking to me. And do you know what? God told me at one time, he said, Oluwakemi, I'm the only person that can tell you to give. The devil cannot tell you to give. So you know it is my voice. Give. Many different times that he's told me to give. And I felt lazy about it because that thing was telling me to give was paining me. It was paining me. But that's God for you. And what God is simply saying to every one of us is that we must learn to obey. If you love me, you will obey me. If you truly claim that you're a child of God, you love God, you want to see the heart of God, you want to work with God, you want to have an intimate relationship with God, you have to obey Him completely, irrespective of how it feels or how you feel when He tells you to do that thing. God bless you. Keep obeying, keep trusting. Remember, the more you obey, the more you enter. The more you obey, the more you walk towards everything that God has promised you. The more you disobey. My brother, there's no double promotion. You repeat class. You keep repeating that class until your obedience is complete. God bless you.